That was loud.
You clapped very loud.
I clap loud. That's at church.
So let's kick it.
Alright, so we are getting into all the craziness that is happening.
It's been a crazy week.
Oh my god.
Crazier
Yeah.
than ever. I mean,
Yeah, like, I mean, it's wild out there, man.
It is wild out there.
in our lifetime.
So, in other words, we are talking about, what is it called? The
Capitol riots, the insurrection.
the treasonous acts
that's been going down.
That sounds like the title of a movie, The Insurrection.
We're living in
Well,
a
Living in that movie.
Olympus' phone for real. Man.
It's about to shoot.
Exactly.
Like, straight up.
Now, okay, so when this went down, right, I was at work and I was looking at the news reports, because I don't really look at stuff at work, but they were like, they stormed the Capitol and all this, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. So you got to be kidding me. So I left work late, and I was the only
Netflix or something.
it was bizarre, right? So I'm leaving work. I'm the only car there, basically, and then I see this car like come around from the back of the building, and I literally started like walking fast. I was scared because I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
what's that movie with the series of movies when they the law is done and they can go out and
The
kill
Purge.
people?
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the edict was for these people. So I was a little bit nervous about it.
I get that.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. People are crazy.
Definitely nuts.
Yeah, I remember I was watching it with Dad on the TV, and it's just like, is this like really like happening? And then the fact that they're just strolling into the Capitol like it ain't nothing. You got the cops just like
there's
chilling.
so many things over the past couple, after the things that happened afterwards. It's just so much to comprehend and think about the deaths. How many was it? 4 deaths?
Five
deaths.
Yeah, 5 now with the police officer.
Police officers, some of the people who were storming. I mean.
And the craziest thing about that is that, in terms of, everything that happened over the summer with the Black Lives Matter movement and all that, like, no police officer died during any of those things. A police officer died during this, and it's
that's an interesting point.
Because a lot of them were peaceful protests.
Exactly.
They weren't riots.
Right, they were not riots.
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Those were real protests. These people were just
was
upset because they didn't get their way.
This was anarchy.
It was
right?
anarchy.
Is that the right term?
Yeah.
Yes, because they were
100%.
all up in the Capitol building on the floor. Someone had their feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk. He got arrested.
He just got arrested.
Yeah, a bunch of them are getting arrested now. Thank goodness. They rolling up to the house, snatching people up. Because
I think we talked about it before, but it's like one of those scenes in a movie where all the criminals are like just chilling, sitting, and all of a sudden the police just come in and just interrupting them.
Yeah. Where they see the cops going to get everybody in the different spots. And that's what it was. The one.
Well, like Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Well, they was whack.
Well, they was getting killed. But that type of scene.
Some of them were whack. Some of them were arrested.
Right.
It happened also in what's it called, Captain America: Winter Soldier. Like all the Hydra people were all getting caught.
Right. Yeah. One situation was he was at his mom's house and all. One guy, and I think he was like a politician. I think it was in West Virginia.
There were a few lawmakers out there.
Lawyers,
police officers, a lot of police officers.
The guy with that crazy goat, whatever.
Right.
His dad is a Brooklyn judge.
Really?
I think I heard.
But you know what that screams of?
Wow.
That screams of entitlement. They did not care.
100%.
You understand? They had their face. They had, and everybody you saw had a camera.
Yes.
They were filming it. They got their faces out there. They're talking about it. It was entitlement. Nothing is gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm white. Nothing is gonna happen
And
to me.
they know
I don't
that.
care.
Everyone knows
They
that.
smiling, taking stuff,
taking selfies,
with the podium. The one dude,
crazy.
like you said, he was arrested.
That is really unbelievable.
Right.
How has media covered it? You being a journalist, Maya, what is like? You have to be as a journalist.
Unbiased.
Right, exactly.
And it's weird because it's like not right now in a time as a journalist, you have that kind of like you have to be, unbiased and things like that. The line is a bit blurred.
Supposed to be.
And it's a little bit hard, I know, for me because it's like, obviously as a black natural hair wearing young woman. You know, you see this and it's like you can't help but have an opinion. If you don't have an opinion, you're not human. So you just have to make sure to fall back on the facts and you know, as long as you do that, even though, you know, people might say it's fake news or whatever, but you know,
report it as factually as possible.
What was crazy was that a lot of those like groups were, when they were storming the Capitol, they were destroying a lot of like media and journalist equipment, you know, cameras and all this other stuff. It was crazy, man.
Yeah. So they call it fake news.
Exactly.
Right.
Meanwhile, now, you know, a lot of the people trying to say it was Antifa that was doing this or whatever. That's, you know, it's
if you look on like Parlor Takes, I hate the actual app, but if you look on like Parlor Takes, like that Twitter account, and you know, just talk, you know, because it takes account of all like the Parlor people. You know, Parlor's like one of those alt-right sort of like apps. It's kind of like it's like Twitter but more alt-right.
Oh, that's like a Twitter. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and you see a lot of the people. That's how a lot of this sort of like started, where people talking on apps like that.
Got it.
And you know, and talking about, you know, like what we're gonna do with the insurrection, blah blah blah, right? And and a lot of people are just like saying, oh, it was Antifa that did all this other stuff. Like the woman that died, there are people that are saying that she was Antifa, even though she was like one of those like
she was a Q person.
She was straight. I mean, her Twitter, her Facebook, all her stuff was pro-Trump, so don't even
These people are
it.
so stupid.
Matter of fact, they were saying they got her on right before she got shot or whatever, on camera, saying like, load your guns. Yeah, screaming, load, you know, hey. You know.
She's a military person too.
She was an army vet. Like or Air Force vet.
How
they got them all in the military.
That's how quickly they turn on each other. Apparently, blue lives don't even matter anymore.
Because you haven't heard anything. Not yet.
Not like they chant. I mean, they were chanting "Hang Pence."
Right.
Like, and that's the thing too. So Pence is not going to evoke the 25th Amendment.
It's like
still, but they were after you.
Trump said the dogs after
you. Like seriously,
just like Lindsey Graham in the airport when he was leaving, they went after him.
Oh, they went after him.
Yeah, they go after you in a second. It doesn't make.
But the thing is, you still are going to ride or die. Even though your life is being threatened, like think about it. They stormed the Capitol. People were hunkered down.
There were bombs found.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that. Like bombs were being found at both Democratic and Republican
spots.
Those are terrorist
actions. There was a van full of with guns and pipe bombs that they found.
What?
The one guy with the whole bunch of zip ties.
Who was he going to tie up?
Right.
Seriously?
All of them. You know, Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah. So I don't understand. I don't understand. And the other part of it is, you know, I know why people are angry. No, let me take that back. I know why people can be angry, but I don't understand anger.
Not because of this rightful.
What's the anger?
Election.
It's the entitlement. It's the entitlement. Yeah. It's the fact that you can't see beyond your own perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you obviously people are bringing up, you know, the contrast between this protest, this riot,
right,
and Black Lives Matter protests. You know, you have people throwing tear gas and, you know, putting us down to the ground and beating us up for Black Lives Matter.
Right.
But, you know, you get tear gassed and the cop comes over and makes sure to see if you're okay and puts water in your eyes and all that.
And I hate the fact that people are kind of comparing the whole thing like, oh, but yeah, they destroyed stores and Targets and stuff like that. These guys didn't really do anything except for people legitimately died during this entire thing.
Exactly.
Items were destroyed. Items were wrecked.
That's how they got in there. They bashed windows and doors.
They were let in. They rubbed feces on the walls.
Wow.
So don't.
I don't want to hear anybody saying, "Oh, they did it." It's like no, like.
And in the actual protests, it was the vast majority of the people weren't looting, and those are opportunists, and a lot of those people.
And Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, the Black Lives Matter protests. Yeah, those are opportunists, and
exactly.
you know, people coming in there trying to start stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, that wasn't.
Those are like influencers being like.
Right, exactly. That wasn't even the
photo ops, right?
Right.
Instagrams.
That's crazy.
Instagram. They would Instagram.
People that felt there were the people that felt that they could do this stuff because the stuff was happening, because stuff was happening, and it was like, hey, this is my opportunity to just wreck stuff.
Right, exactly. And you have that with any type of protest. You do have those individuals.
Right.
I get that. Mm-hmm. I don't think this was that.
This was full on riot, anarchy, madness.
Yeah. So how do you move with something like this happens? Like we were, you know, being an educator, you know, talking to kids, and even with you guys, when things bad that happen, I want to, you know, talk to you and make sure that you're okay, and the same with our kids. So, but even as adults, how do we like move past? Not even move past, because that's not the right word. But what do we do?
How do we get through it?
What do we do? How do you get through it?
I mean,
how can I not have to run to my car thinking that somebody might shoot me because that's the edict that they have?
That's you know, that's a question. But it's a loaded question. A whole lot of things have to change. Our elected officials have to be held accountable to hold people accountable to make things change. Exactly. If you don't hold people accountable, they're going to do the same things. The same things are going to keep happening over and over.
Oh, definitely.
And what we have to do is hold our elected officials accountable to do things in the welfare of us.
And not forget what they did and what they said before.
And don't try to let time, you know, and I heard somebody on the news say this, don't let time, you know how it goes with the news. Don't let time buffer the severity of what happened and try to like water it down like it really wasn't that.
Wasn't that. It was
serious.
Scary.
It was scary.
Yeah, you know, because they'll try to do that.
Here's the lesson that we should take in terms of like how the last 4 years have sort of been going down, right? It was a lot of people just not really, or before before the 4 years that have been, you know, all this stuff has been going down, right? Yeah. We can't take anything for granted as far as like how involved we have to be in our government, like on all levels, local, national, all that stuff. Yeah, we have to. This, you know, now that we have a lot of, you know, now that Democratic control over the Senate,
the next 2 years,
all that other stuff. We have to. We can't just be like, oh, well, all right, it's all good now.
We had that conversation the other day.
It doesn't matter.
We can't go. Okay, so now because Trump, you know, is out of power, right? Trump did all these things, and everybody wanted to
no
go
more
back
Twitter.
To normal. No, they shut him down.
I mean, they shut down like Trump team. They shut down they shut down the president.
They shut down the Long Island Facebook MAGA group too.
Really? Wow.
Well, that's the thing. We can't go back to normal. We can't go back to before Trump. We got to go beyond that.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
We can't because those things are what led to Trump being elected.
Yeah,
absolutely. Inactivity, complacency. Yeah,
because we thought we had Obama as president. Everybody was like, "Oh,
this is cool,
post-racial." You know, but no that was when people started getting organized.
They started getting riled up.
What was the group
called?
Absolutely.
The
Tea Party?
Yeah, Tea
Party. There you go.
Exactly.
So you're going to have more of that, you know, and that's just going to be...
So no complacency. We got to push back even... We have to go even harder.
Especially now that we have the Senate and the Congress. Right. And, you know, we can't just let them, you know... Because I heard Biden say something about, you know, that whole thing about not looking in the past.
No, we have to look in the past.
No.
Because don't they tell us that we need to know our history in order to not repeat our history?
Absolutely.
So what
as far as like prosecuting Trump and his administration for things.
No, that's not going to solve it.
But they're all crimes in the past, though. How do you be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Don't look in the past.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, not unless you catch me in the act of doing a crime, I can say the same thing. It's the past.
It's the past.
I robbed that bank last week.
In the past.
Why you messing with me?
Why you messing with me? That was like 3 months ago that I robbed that bank.
Can I live?
Can a brother live?
Hey, we don't do that with anybody else.
What's tripped me out is all of these rats trying to jump off the sinking ship now.
Elaine, what's her name? Elaine
Chow. Whatever, McConnell's wife.
She's from Long Island. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
the boss, the education secretary. She jumping ship, you know.
And they're only jumping ship because so they don't have to like.
Right, they said so they don't have to deal with the 25th Amendment type of thing and all this.
So that they can keep so that they don't have to say one way or the other how they actually feel.
How they actually feel.
You know what?
You already said.
I don't want to hear Bill Barr talking mess.
Oh yeah.
I just want all of them to go away. Yeah. You know, just be quiet. Just be quiet.
I want them to go away, but I also want them to
go away to jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't just go away. I want them to go away to jail or go away to be an exile.
I know.
To the island with Misfits toys or something. I want them to go.
That would be great.
Y'all can fight with each other
over there.
Right, have your Trump Island somewhere.
Yeah.
So as we see, we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do.
Right.
Everybody, you need to be involved
Yes.
and stay engaged, and you can do little things too.
Right.
Like it doesn't have to be this grand gesture.
Right.
You could do little things to be engaged.
Right.
Absolutely.
And let us know what you guys think.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Hit us up and let us know what you think about what happened.
Because I'm
this week.
pretty sure a lot of you guys have a lot of,
Thoughts.
feelings on it.
It's embarrassing. We're better than this, aren't
We're
we?
better than this.
Oh, we should be.
We should.
This
be.
is
We
America.
should be.
Should be.
America.
Don't catch me slipping. No.
Hey,
We're
turn it
slipping.
up.
We're slipping.